Bam! All right, well, there we go. Anyways, hello there. Yeah. Anyways, this is Big Jims Blogcast Live. Hello. Anyways, yeah. All right, this is Big Jims Blogcast Live version 8.0, episode 336. It is Sunday, March 1st, 2026. I'll give you my intro. Welcome to Big Jims Blogcast Live version 8.0, episode 336. This is the 2026 edition of Big Jims Blogcast Live. We usually air on Sunday nights. We air on Sunday nights on Facebook, along with the occasional Friday or Wine O'Clock Wednesdays. Or, let's see, what do we got? All right. Anyways, yeah. Wine O'Clock Wednesdays, Big Jims Blogcast Live. We're in our, 8th year. We debuted back in 2019. Big Jims Blogcast Live. We do craft beer reviews with a good cigar, spirit, rum, whiskey. Tonight's craft beer, along with Crown Royal. We paired that with Crown Royal. We've got Life in the Clouds by the Collective Arts Brewing Company in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. So, and then we've got a good cigar going on with it too. Ahoya Montera Epicure Habano from Cuba. I got this from Riverfront Cigars right here in Sarnia. But anyways, Big Jim. If this is your first time here, Big Jims Blogcast Live talks about classic movies, classic TV, classic pro wrestling, classic rock, classic sci-fi, classic legacy albums, local events, bongos, countdowns, birthdays. Shout outs to our friends with my sidekick, Cactus Jack here. All right. Okay. Maybe I'll do some little bit more shit. No, maybe I won't. Anyways, yeah. Retro, vintage, classic, nostalgia, yesteryear are the buzzwords here. Politics and religion are off limits. Or a no-no. So thank you for watching. Tune in and turn on. Enjoy the show. Like us, share, subscribe to us. Big Jims Blogcast Live. We are not spam. Cheers, everybody. I'll give you a warning, my disclaimer. I may say a few bad, dirty words tonight, like shit, damn, screw, fuck. They'll just slip out. Sorry about that. Anyways, yeah. So welcome to Big Jims Blogcast Live. And just checking out some notifications here. Like I said, we've got our craft beer for tonight. When we went over that, we pair it with a good cigar. I've got a Havana Hoya Montera right there. I'm gonna light that up. All right. Hold on here a sec. Along with our craft beer review now. All right. So like I said, we were on spam. Like us, share, subscribe to us. Tonight, before we get into our craft beer review, Life in the Clouds are by Collective Arts Brewing Company. We're gonna do some birthday shouts, countdowns, local events. We're gonna do we have a Robert Duvall Salute tribute with one of his movies, THX 1138. We're gonna do a bunch of we're gonna do a 10 gong salute to a bunch of celebrities that died recently. Classic movie THX 1138 from 1976, the Brady Bunch Hour. 1995 classic tag teams, WCW-'s The Blue Bloods. From Star Wars in 1977, the Rebellion Tower Guy. Classic Forgotten Dallas Cowboy-Scott Ankrom. Our classic legacy album from 1976, Frampton Comes Alive, Peter Frampton. And also This Week in Van Halen History. Right on. So, anyways. All right. So this is a good Hoya Montera Habana cigar from Riverfront Cigars here in Sarnia. But yeah, my craft beer for tonight. It is, and I'm trying it for the very first time. Oh, with its Crown Royal. Hold on here a sec. All right. We've got I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight. It's Life in the Clouds. It's by the Collective Arts Brewing Company in Hamilton, Ontario. It's a Napier, 6.1% alcohol volume. Um, Now, before I get going on this tonight's craft beer, let me tell you a bit about it. I do give it a rating from one out of 10 at the end of the blogcast. So here's my rating system: from 10 to 1, outstanding. There you go. Lots of character, awesome. 8, excellent. 7, very good. 6, above average. 5, average. 4, 3, 2, 1. We don't want it to land in here. We want it to land up here. So there's my beer rating system right there. Yeah, it's got to grow on me all throughout the blogcast. And also, I've been hawking this lately. This is the Growler. It's your Ontario Craft Beer Guide. This is from 2023. Of course, I got to get a 2026 one. This was Volume 6, Issue 1. It's $3 at your local LCBO or your local craft brewery in and around you. It tells you all about all the up-to-date craft breweries in Ontario, Canada. In Ontario. So there you go. Pick it up. There we go. All right. Yeah, and all right. So I am trying this beer for the very first time tonight. Well, hello, Heidi. I see you've just joined us. All right. This is Collective Arts. It is Life in the Clouds, Napier. It is, yep. So I'm going to give it a good pour. All right. So look at that. All right. So like I said, I am trying this beer for the very first time tonight. It is Life in the Clouds by Collective Arts Brewing Company in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. All right. Okay. All right. Tastes good so far. None of that. All right. So I'll just give it a little top up here. There may be a bathroom break later on. You never know with these beers. So yeah, like I said, I do give it a rating from 1 out of 10 all throughout the blogcast. Here we go with the numbers. Blah blah blah. Da da da. There you go. 3, 2, 9. But yeah, it's got to grow on me all through the blogcast. So first impressions. All right. Not that bad of a beer. Look at that. Very little. A 1% bitterness to it. It doesn't give me any information on the beer at all itself. It's just a Napier, 6.1% alcohol volume. All right. So, okay. Got a little bit of a fruity aftertaste to it, but like I said, it's got to grow on me all throughout the blogcast. And like I said, I do give it a rating from 1 out of 10. At the end of the blogcast. So if you're still here, if you want to throw out a number later on, see if it matches up with mine, feel free to do so. So, I'll just place this back here. And like I said, when I do these craft beer reviews, I just don't go, wow, there's a very highbrow, high exquisite tasting beer. No, I don't do. I just go with my gut and what's in here. So, now before we start off the blogcast, I had I just want to send out an old acquaintance of mine, an old classmate of mine, passed away over the weekend, due to long illness. Robin. I just wanted to send out my condolences to her and to her husband, to Al, to her brother, sister, and dad. Wherever you are now, Robin, you're at peace. So cheers. All right. So, anyways, yeah. All right. That is that. So, So, anyways, I'm going to do a little bit more sharing here. Okay. Yeah. All right. There we are. Okay. All right. So, hmm. Okay. So, anyways, yes. Welcome to Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 336, Sunday, March 1st, 2026. Let's see if I can share this some more. All right. Okay. There we are. All right. So, anyways, yeah. It is Sunday, March 1st, 2026. It means that we are in the downswing of wintertime. So, anyways, we'll get to some countdowns later. But we're going to get into some birthday shout-outs now. So, anyways, we're in a... All right. All right. So, anyways, people... All right, people. Thanks to Cactus Jack over here, we're going to do some birthday shout-outs. From February 23rd to March 1st, Lisa Jones, Mark Reynolds, Rhonda Lee Gibbons, Pete Lawson, Suzanne Lynn, Josh Ravenhorst, Marty Inwood Lewis, Eric Grimstead, Lori Doherty, Scott Brown, Michelle Dennis, Jamie Lee Bray, and Melissa Hilton. Right on. So anyways, yeah. All right, Lisa Jones, Mark Reynolds, Rhonda Lee Gibbons, Pete Lawson, Suzanne Lynn, Josh Ravenhorst, Marty Inwood Lewis, Eric Grimstead, Lori Doherty, Michelle Dennis, Jamie Lee Bray, and Melissa Hilton. Happy birthday, everybody, from Big Jim Blogcast Live, and I hope you guys, I hope your birthdays rock. So, anyways, all right. So, boom. Right? Boom, boom, boom. Hi, Cactus Jack. There we go. It's Big Jim Blogcast Live. Oh, hello. Yeah, there we are. All right, bam. Okay, so, and yeah, don't forget tonight I'm going to be like keeping you coming at the hotline's going to come at you. 1-800-867-5309. It's toll free to call on your rotary or your cell. Ask me, hey, we love the blogcast. How's it going? How's that craft beer going on? So there we go. All right. 1-800-867-5309. Toll free to call on your rotary phone or your cell. Right on. So, all right. So, yeah. Anyways, like I said, and also I'm going to be reminding people that during the blogcast, the Big Jim Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version will go out later on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all these audio listening platforms. Or listen to your podcast too, plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jim Blogcast Live at YouTube.com. Want to give shouts out to everybody watching the Sarnia Port Elgin group. Sarnia, Michelle, you guys rock. All the pop culture, retro, classic, vintage, nostalgia, yesteryear groups. All the Van Halen, hard rock, heavy metal, classic rock, Peter Frampton groups tonight. Craft beer, cigars, sci-fi, Star Trek, Star Wars, pro wrestling, blogspot, classic TV movies, birthdays, bongos, Rubik's, Brady Bunch, Robert Duvall groups. Yeah, so Dallas Cowboy groups. Right on. So, anyways, yeah, we are not spam. We're all out having a good time here. So, I'm just like spraying the apartment down. We got the uke going. All right, bam. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Oh, okay, heighten this chair up a little. There we go. All right. So, anyways, yeah. Let's get into some countdowns now. Boom. All right. So anyways, we've got, okay, so our countdown. Daylight savings time, 7 days. Canada Day, 122 days away. Spring, 19 days away. Summer, 112 days away. Father's Day, 113 days away. Did I say summer, 112 days away? Yeah. Mother's Day, 70 days away. St. Patrick's Day, that's 16 days away. Good Friday, long weekend, 33 days away, and the Victoria Day long weekend is 76 days away. So, right on. All right. And, yeah, boom. All right. Larry, I see you've just joined us. Anyways, people, this is Big Jim Blogcast Live version 8.0, episode 336, Sunday, March 1st, 2026. We've got a good craft beer going on. Tonight it's accompanied by the Crown Royal and like a good Habana cigar. Tonight, craft beer. It is Life in the Clouds. It's a Nipia. How I pronounce that. And it is by the Collective Arts Brewing Company in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight, so I'm just giving it a top up. First impressions with this beer, I think that it goes down very smoothly. There's like maybe a 1% little bitterness, fruity aftertaste to it. Like, look at the color of it. It's a light. It's got that like Coors Light-esque tasting to it. So yeah. So whether it's a spring, summer, fall beer, it's got to grow on me all throughout the blogcast. At the end of the blogcast, as you know, I do give it a rating from 1 out of 10. So right now, too early to tell. Check back in with me, probably a little later on there. So let's put this down here. All right. So, all right. All right. So, yeah. This is Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 336, Sunday, March 1st, 2026. And I'm about to get into some local events here. So, all right. The Hypnotist. Saturday, March 21st, 2026, 8 p.m., Sarnia Library Theater, 124 Christina Street, ticketscene.ca. That's a good time right there. Galaxy Sarnia Psychic and Crystal Fair, Friday, April 3rd, 2026 to April 5th, 2026, the Village Inn, 751 Christina Street, Sarnia. Tickets $10, that's the whole weekend there. By eventbrite.ca, you're going to have astrologers, palm readers, mediums, psychics, and anything to do with the occult there. Sarnia Poutine Feast, if you're a big fan of poutine, Thursday, May 28th, 2026 to May 31st in Centennial Park, Sarnia. I want to give a shout out to the Upper Deck. The Upper Deck poutine. That's really good right there. Sarnia Pop Culture Show. Sunday, April 19th, 2026. It's 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. Point Edward Memorial Arena, 210 Monk Street. You've got comics, cosplay, games, classic toys, maybe a celebrity guest. They're friends of the blogcast, so that's always a good time. Sarnia Pop Culture Show. I met like the Brooklyn Brawler, the Steve Lombardi, a former WWE wrestler there. Pinery Market opening Sunday, May 3rd, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. 101 6th Street, Lakeshore Road, Grand Bend. Over 250 vendors, live music, $2 admission. 2026 Dog Festival, Dogs Gone Country, Saturday, June 20th, 10 a.m. 2437 Michigan Line in Sarnia, Ontario, hosted by the Sarnia District Humane Society. Lambton Film and Food Festival, Thursday, May 28th, 6 p.m., 24 King Street, Forest, Ontario, Canada. Food, art, music, and of course, a film festival. Cruise in the Park, 2026, Sunday, June 28th, 8 p.m. till 2 p.m., Canatera Park, 1200 Lake Chipkin Drive, Sarnia, by Sarnia Street Machines. Friday the 13th, Video Dance Party, 8 p.m. till 12 p.m. at the Refined Fool, 1326 London Road, Sarnia. Tickets at revelry.com. Punk Rock Picnic, Saturday, June 20th, 2026. at the Canatera Band Shell and 200 Lake Chicken Drive. Revelry tickets to revelry.com, 3 p.m. till 9 p.m. The bands will yet to be announced, but that's going to be a good time. All right. So, boom. This is Big Jims Blogcast Live, and look what we have here. The Big Jims Blogcast Live. All right. Oh, that was the bullhorn there. All right. So. So, anyways, yeah. And yeah, before we get going today, like we had like a bunch of like all right. Okay. There we are. All right. And so we had like a bunch of celebrities like pass away, such as like James Vanderbeek, Eric Dane, James Vanderbeek from like Dawson's Creek, and Eric Dane from like Grey's Anatomy. That's right, of course. And of course we've had legendary songwriter Neil Sedaka pass away, legendary actors Catherine O'Hara, Tom Noonan, Robert Carradine, Bob Weir all pass away in the last couple of weeks. So, we will give a 10 gong shout out salute, along with Robert Duvall, at the end of the blogcast. So, all right. So this is Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 336, Sunday, March 1st, 2026. Let's get into that with like our Robert Duvall tribute here. Of course. Yeah. All right. Bam. All right. All right. We got Robert Duvall. This man, he unfortunately he passed away like last Sunday, February 15th, 2026 in Middleburg, Virginia, U.S. Of course, career spans 7 decades. He was born January 5th, 1931 in San Diego, California. Like I said, first starting off, he serves in the United States Army after the Korean War from August 1953 to August of 1954 as private first class. Begins his professional acting career in the theater, Gateway Playhouse Summer Theater in 1952. Of course, what do we got here? So, all right. So we've got, theater productions like Dial M for Murder, Dark of the Moon, The Crucible, Picnic, Time Out for Ginger. Of course, he's been like, it's various TV roles from like 1959 to 2012. The Mod Squad, Route 66, The Untouchables, The Twilight Zone, The Fugitive, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, The Time Tunnel, Lonesome Dove. Of course, you have his like legendary film career, 1962 to 2022. Bullet, MASH, True Grit, THX 1138, which we'll talk about in a few minutes here. Joe Kidd, The Godfather movies, Network, The Eagle Has Landed, Apocalypse Now. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Legendary quote by that. Tender Mercies, The Natural, Colors, Days of Thunder, Sling Blade, The Apostle of Civil Action, Deep Impact, Gone in 60 Seconds, John Q, Secondhand Lions, Open Range, The Road, Jack Reacher, Hustler. My favorite movies from him, like True Grit, The Road, Deep Impact, like I said, the Godfather movies, Days of Thunder, Bullet, and of course like the movie I got on now, THX 1138. Of course, what awards hasn't this legend won? Like Golden Globe Award 1980, 84, 1990, 1993 for Best Actor, Emmy Award 2007 winner, Outstanding actor in a mini series, like Academy Awards, like best 1984 for Best Actor for Tender Mercies, Best Supporting Actor 1973, 1980 for Godfather and Apocalypse Now. We do give you the honorable salute, sir, Mr. Robert Duvall. You will be missed. You were a legendary actor. So here's to you, Mr. Duvall, wherever you are right now. And I did post more of the late Robert Duvall's career highlights and his top 10 best films on my blogcast page and my Facebook pages, so look for them. Like it? Bam. All right. All right. And, of course, I'm going to remind everybody tonight that Big Jim Blogcast Live, we are Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 336, Sunday, March 1st, 2026. Big Jim Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version will go out later on Spotify, Apple Podcast, all these audio listening platforms where you listen to your podcast to, plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jim Blogcast Live at youtube.com. Want to highlight give shout-outs and highlights, shout-outs to the groups tonight, like all the Port Elgin groups, the Sarnia groups, like Sarnia Rocks. Michelle, you guys rock. All the Robert Duvall, Peter Frampton, Brady Bunch, Pop Culture, Van Halen, Hard Rock, Hair Metal, Sci-Fi, Star Trek, Star Wars, Pro Wrestling, Birthdays, Classic TV and Movies, blog and vlog groups. Hey, I give shouts out to you guys. So, right on. I got a good cigar going, my craft beer for tonight. All right. I got my craft beer for tonight, accompanied by the Crown Royal. Tonight's craft beer, it is called Life in the Clouds. It is by the Collective Arts Brewing Company in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. It's a Nepia beer, 6.1 alcohol percent volume. They don't give that much information on it, so like I said, I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight. So, yeah, it's not that bad of a beer. Whether it's a spring, summer, or fall beer, I'll definitely let you know. No bitterness to it. It's just your it does go down smoothly. There's a little 1% sourness, bitterness to it, but it I guess, yeah. So, but I got to get it. It's got to grow on me all through the blogcast. And like I said, I'm going to remind you guys, I do give this a rating out from 1 out of 10 later on in the blogcast. So if you're still here and sticking around, and anybody wants to throw out a number, see if it matches up with mine, feel free to do so. So I'll just place this back here. All right. Okay. And along with that, I've got a good cigar going on. It's like a Hoya Montera Cuban. I do give this like a little spray down. I don't want the apartment to smell like an ashtray. So, all right. So, anyways, yeah. Bam. All right. So, okay. Let's see now. All right. Oh, all right. All right. There we are. All right. So, yeah, send out those likes and loves. There we go. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. As we get to our classic movie from all the way from 1971. All right. Where is that on here? All right. Well, anyways, we've got our classic movie tonight, and I'm watching it right on there. It's called THX 1138, and it was all right. So, anyways, yeah. Here's more of the future. Here's like the there it is. The future is here. THX 1138. Got the movie on. It's like the director's cut from George Lucas. Now, this was like released March 11th, 1971. It was directed. The idea came up with Francis Ford Coppola. Screenplay by George Lucas. Executive producer on this was Francis Ford Coppola. George Lucas, this was like way before he made Star Wars. So, yeah. I've got like a couple of like, and of course it starred Robert Duvall. There we go. And, all right. So we have those, yeah. So anyways, so we have the cast: Robert Duvall as THX 1138, Donald Pleasant as Sen 5241, Maggie McComey as LUH 3417, Ian Wolfe as a PTO, Don Perter as the hologram SRT 5752. Now the plot premise, like in the future, sexual reproduction and sexual activity are banned, and attending is like wiped out, banned. They can't reproduce. They go to like they have like pods to do that for them. The government has mandatory army like citizens to ensure their ability to perform dangerous tasks. They take drugs. People have designations instead of names shown on an ID badge at all times. Factory worker THX 1138, his female roommate, stop taking the medication. They fall in love with each other and are pursued by robotic police. Now, THX and LUH go on the run from the police and try to escape. LUH becomes pregnant as they both are captured and put on trial. THX, like LUH, is being consumed and reassigned to a growth chamber. THX escapes and flees to the city limits as he encounters shell dwellers, and he finds like He finds an escape ladder. As he climbs the ladder, police claim it's like the outside is uninhabitable. He climbs up the ladder, and the city is underground, and he is on the surface seeing the sunset. Now, like I said, this is like written, directed by George Lucas. Maybe it's me, but I have a hard time following this movie. I don't know. Maybe it's before. I'm trying to since it was written and directed by George Lucas, I'm trying to look at it the same way I look at Star Wars. So I don't know, I don't know, but it's like a weird art movie. So the future is here. THX 1138. I've got and then there's the cast members there. Robert Duvall, the late Robert Duvall, one of his movies. There we go. And I did post several scenes from the movie and interviews. We've got there's 2 discs on here. The disc 1, the feature film, George Lucas's director's cut, on right now, and disc 2, you got bonus material on here, documentaries on it. So anyways, yeah. But yeah, like I said, this is Robert Duvall's one of his films. Yeah, so you've got on the second disc, you have George Lucas's original student film, all edits and all that. So yeah, if you're interested in checking out George Lucas's earlier movie work, way before Star Wars, check this movie out. It's all right movie. I got it. Like I said, I got it on. Just a weird movie there. So, anyways, yeah. And like I said, I did post more of the trailer for the movie and several scenes from the movie and interviews on my Blogcast page and my Facebook page for it. So, right, this is Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 336. It is Sunday, March 1st, 2026, and I've got something good for you guys coming up here. So, all right. So anyways, yeah. If you guys want to call me up on the hotline tonight, 1-800-867-5309, on your rotary phone or your cell, feel free to call. All right. It's like, hey, how's the blogcast going along, Jim? How's that craft beer going down? So anyways, at 1-800-867-5309, toll free to call. And yeah, there we go. All right. We've got a good craft beer going on tonight, accompanied by like a good cigar. It's a Cuba Habana. Hoya de Monterrey, Habana, Cuba. And we've got like the Crown Royal. We've also got the Big Jim Blogcast Live coffee mug with the harmonica in it. There we are. All right. Then tonight's craft beer, it's called Life in the Clouds. It's by the Collective Arts Brewing Company in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. It's a NEPA beer, but NEPA. I'll say NEPA. I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight, so. All right. So, yeah, it's good. It's a good beer. It goes down pretty smoothly. There's maybe a little bit of a sour aftertaste to it. Like I said, I do give this beer a rating from 1 out of 10. And it's going to grow on me all throughout the blogcast, whether it's a spring, summer, fall, or winter beer. So right now, it's definitely looking like an early spring beer to me. So, So, spring, and maybe a salad beer. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, I'll just set this back here for now. Oh, what we've got coming up. If you're a fan, anyways, all right. Okay. So, anyways, all right. Larry, I see you've joined us. Say hello, Larry. Anyways, we've got, like, if you grew up partly in the 70s and 80s, you'll definitely, like, if anybody's a fan of the Brady Bunch, this is like the Brady Bunch Variety Hour. It aired on November 28th, 1976 from May 25th, 1977 on ABC for only 9 episodes, and there's a good reason for it. All the Bradys return for this. You've got Robert Reed as Mike Brady, Florence Henderson as Carol Brady, Ann B. Davis as their maid Alice Nelson, Barry Williams as Greg Brady, Mike Lookinland as Bobby Brady, Maureen McCormick as Marcia Brady, Christopher Knight as Peter Brady, Susan Olsen as Sidney Brady, Jerry Reichel as Jan Brady. The other actress, Eve Plum, that was her name, opted out of this. And her good judgment, you couldn't, I don't blame you, Eve. Rip Taylor as their neighbor, Jack Merrill. Now, the premise was Mike Brady gives up his architectural career when his family is chosen to star in a new variety series for ABC. Mike moves his family to a beachside home in Southern California. Next door neighbor, Jack Merrill, is alone, is like one of their neighbors, is a love interest for the Brady's maid, Alice. No explanation of why where was Sam the Butcher. So, here, this was like, if you remember the Donnie and Marie, this was like a spin-off of the Donnie and Marie show. Now, these 70s variety TV shows, here's like, there you go. That tells you all you need to know about the Brady Bunch Variety Hour. There's one there, and then there's another one with like, all their smiling faces. Robert Reed's perm, Barry Williams' perm right there. They perform I couldn't believe. I watched clips of these the other night on YouTube. Um, it the fake Jan Brady, Eve Plum decided backed out of the show. Producers picked Jerry Reisel as the fake Jan. There's some interesting guest stars of that era on the Brady show. Lee Majors, Farrah Fawcett, Tina Turner, Milton Berle, Vincent Price, Ted Knight, Charo, Rich Little, Red Fox. And of course, the skits, they were a bunch of of course, as you can imagine, disco themed skits. ABC put the Brady Bunch Variety Hour in the Monday 8 p.m. till 9 p.m. time slot. Here we are. As you can see, they had their competition was basically Little House on the Prairie over on NBC, and oh yeah, and you had the Jeffersons over on CBS. So, yeah, and that's why it did not last long. So, and also they had to compete with NBC's Monday Night at the Movies too. So, okay, so, all right. So, anyways, like I said, I did post a bunch of clips from the Brady Bunch Variety Hour on my blogcast page and my Facebook pages. It was basically, this was the second installment. I guess this would probably be a sequel to the Brady Bunch that aired, the Brady Bunch show that aired from 1969 to 1974. But the Brady Bunch wouldn't stop there with the Variety Hour. They continued on into the 80s with the Brady Brides, a new Brady Bunch. Yeah. So most of the cast, Robert Reed, loved it. The late Robert Reed. All right. So, anyways. Okay. Well, let's. All right. So, anyways, yeah, Robert Reed loved it. Mike Lookinland, who played Bobby Brady, was almost going to back out of it too. The skits were they were if you've ever seen Donnie and Marie or any other variety show in the 70s, you could tell they were on drugs, big time. Like I said, I posted a bunch of clips from the Brady Bunch Variety Hour on my blogcast page and my Facebook page. It's the skits and the musical numbers were a mishmash of disco hits of the era. Imagine the Brady Bunch singing disco songs, and a bunch of skits that included Star Wars and all that. And so, anyways, if you ever get a chance, and yeah, just check it out, because it was your Brady Bunch one-hit wonder there. So, all right. Anyway, boom. Like I said, we go back. This was from 1976 to 1977 season. So, okay. All right. So, anyways, like I said, it wouldn't end there. So, with the Bradys. So, anyways, boom, bam. All right. And we've got our Cactus Jack here tonight. All right. So, all right, our craft beer for tonight, accompanied by the Hoya Montera Cuban cigar. We've got Crown Royal with it. All right, our craft beer for tonight, it is called Life in the Clouds. It's a Nipia. It's by the Collective Arts Brewing Company in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight, so yeah, look at that texture of it. I do not have one of their glasses, so that's a huge regret right there. All right, so yeah, so there's a little bit of a soury aftertaste to it, but other than that, it goes down smoothly. I can see this being we'll start us off with, it's a good spring beer. This will be a good spring beer. You compare it with salad. Well, I'll expand on that later on in the blogcast. And like I said, I do give it a rating from 1 out of 10 later on in the blogcast. If you're still here and sticking around, you want to throw out a number, feel free to do so. See if it matches up with mine. I'll just set this right back here. All right. So, yeah. This is Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 336, Sunday, March 1st, 2026. Yeah, and I want to remind everybody tonight that Big Jim Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version will go out later on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all these audio listening platforms, which your podcast to, plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jim Blogcast Live at youtube.com. I want to give shouts out to everybody watching in the Sarnia Rocks group, Port Elgin group, Sarnia Rocks. Michelle, you guys rock. All the pop culture, retro, classic, vintage, nostalgia, yesteryear groups. All the Van Halen, Peter Frampton, hard rock, hard metal, classic rock groups. The Brady Bunch, Robert Duvall, craft beer, cigars, sci-fi, Star Trek, Star Wars, pro wrestling. All the blog and vlog groups, classic TV, movies, birthdays, bongos, right on. So, as we get to our classic tag team, we have the Blue Bloods. They, oh shit, they were a tag team from 1995 to 1998 in WCW. Their combined weight was 723 pounds. You have pictured here Lord Steven Regal in the red and Earl Robert Bobby Eaton in the blue. Not pictured as Squire David Taylor. Now, Steven Regal in 1995 formed the Blue Bloods after splitting up with his manager, Sir William, and became a tag team wrestler. He wanted John Paul Levesque, who would be better known later on as Triple H, but he left to join the WWE. Steven Regal knighted Bobby Eaton, born in Alabama, and renamed Earl Robert Eaton. He taught through all these WCW skits how to eat properly, proper etiquette, proper English. They've had notable feuds with Harlem Heat and Dick Slater and Bunkhouse Buck for the WCW Tag Team Championship, but never won the titles. So the Blue Bloods were later joined by Squire David Taylor and Butler Jeeves. So Bobby Eaton would leave the team and they would feud with him. The Blue Bloods would team together until Steve Regal was released from WCW in February of 1988. The Blue Bloods would reform when Regal rejoined WCW in July of 1999. Now, the Blue Bloods would mostly compete on WCW Saturday Night and would be off TV by January 2000. Now, Steve Regal, now known as William Regal, and Dave Taylor reunited on SmackDown WWE as tag team in 2007, but they didn't use the Blue Bloods gimmick, unfortunately. All right. So, all right. There we go. All right. There we are. Confirm. All right. So, all right. Well, we got that out of the way. Unfortunately, Bobby Eaton later passed away in his sleep August 4th, 2021 at his home in Nashville. Steve Regal is currently working behind the scenes in WWE as a VP of Global Talent Development. Now, I did post a couple of their matches and promos and hilarious skits with Steven Regal trying to teach Bobby Eaton proper etiquette, proper grammar, proper everything as an Englishman, trying to turn a redneck into blue-blooded royalty. So there we are. That's your classic tag team, the Blue Bloods from WCW from 1995 to 1998. No, boom, bam. All right. Bam. All right. So, anyways, yeah, this is Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 336. Sunday, March 1st, 2026. Thank you for watching. Ending your weekend with us. Right on. So, anyway, we got the uke here. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So, okay. And yeah, so, anyways, yeah, if you guys want to, like, call me up on the hotline, 1-800-867-5309. It is toll-free to call. Big Jims Blogcast Live hotline, 1-800-867-5309. Call me up on your rotary phone or your cell. Hey, how's that beer going down? We love the blogcast. There we go. 1-800-867-5309. Toll-free to call, anyway. So, all right. Yes. So, all right. We get to our classic Star Wars. Well, not that classic of a character here. It is the Rebellion Tower guy from Star Wars, the first Star Wars film. I'm going to tell you a little bit about him. Oslo Prenert was a corporal in the Rebel Alliance during the Galactic Civil War. There he is. There's more of them. There, that's him right there. Now, during the occupation of Yavin 4, he was a sentry who manned a recon tower to watch over the jungle and the Massa temples. I'll just say Massa temples. Now, Oslo was on duty as a Millennium Falcon sets down outside the Great Temple. Oslo was armed with a DH-17 blaster pistol with a large sensor scope during his posting. There it is. Rebel sentries duties. If you're on one of these towers, your duties is to monitor incoming and departing starships from the top of the watchtower near the Grand Temple. Sentry tower, watchtower, basically was a pod elevated by a repulsor lift platform mount as a physical stock for sentries to keep watch. So, yeah. So, if you're on one of these, it can get pretty boring. So, yeah, they had all these, the Rebel Alliance had these on the planets they were hiding out on. So, I did post more of, of Oslo Prenert and the tower and the watchtowers on my blogcast page and my Facebook pages. So, there you go. All right, bam. All right. So, This is Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 336. All right, I'm just spraying down the apartment there because I just didn't want the place because I don't want it to smell like an ashtray. So, anyways, all right. So we do a new. So yeah, Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 336, Sunday, March 1st, 2026. We are closer to, how many days we got till spring? 19 days? Right on. So, and St. Patrick's Day. Well, anyways, what counts here? Oh, daylight savings time, seven days away. Where you turn your clocks, I guess, back? Forward? Or, anyways, you got to turn your clocks ahead or back or whatever. More sunlight for us. All right, so we do this thing. All right, so we've got like classic Cowboys players. We've got if you've seen the documentary on Netflix, The Gambler, America's Team and His Cowboys. This is that guy right there is Jerry Jones, the current owner of the Dallas Cowboys. This is Bum Bright, former owner of the Cowboys. What we got here is legendary coach Tom Landry. First one who was fired by Jerry Jones. Second one, Jimmy Johnson, who guided the Dallas Cowboys to 2 Super Bowls, and Barry Switzer, who guided the Cowboys. Actually, Jerry Jones fired Jimmy Johnson to hire Barry Switzer, who led the Cowboys to 1 more Super Bowl. And we've got our classic cowboy, Mr. Scott Ankrom. So there we go, number 81. He was born January 4th, 1966 in San Antonio, Texas. 6 foot height, 6 foot 1 inch, weight 194. He attends John Jay High School he plays quarterback for the team. He excelled in track, basketball, and baseball. College career, he accepts a college football scholarship to play for the Texas Charleston University. 1984 sets a NCAA double record with a 99-yard touchdown pass against Rice University for 14 tackles. 1985 starts first 4 games at QB. 1986 he was redshirted after suffering a muscle pull in a groin again in a game against Kansas State University. 1987 he has a season-ending career injury in the first game against Boston College. 1988 plays quarterback, wide receiver, running back on special teams. Now his pro career, he was selected by the Dallas Cowboys for the 12th round, 308th pick in the 1989 NFL draft, to be used as wide receiver and kickoff returner. August 26, injures his left knee in an exhibition game against the Denver Broncos. Oh, what do we got here? All right. Makes the team as a rookie. Ends up being third string quarterback after a backup quarterback, third string after Troy Aikman. Missed a few games with a broken finger. Finishes third on the team in special teams tackles 1990. In 1990, he was moved to safety, but had injured, but was placed. He injured his left knee in preseason and was placed on an injured reserve list on August 26th. He retired after not being able to recover from the injury, and that is your classic cowboy Scott Ankrom, number 81, during the Jimmy Johnson era. So, and I did post more highlights of Scott Ankrom's cowboy career. Look for it. There we go. That is your classic cowboy, Dallas Cowboy Scott Ankrom. There's a closer look, number 81. So, I couldn't. It was hard to find footage of Scott on YouTube. Not many of exist, but it was hard to find. All right, so bam. Okay, so yeah, we're having a good time. Thank you for ending your weekend with me. Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 336, Sunday, March 1st, 2026. My craft beer for tonight, accompanied by a Hoya Montera Habana Cuban cigar. We've got a Crown Royal. All right. All right. All right. So, what was it? Yeah, that's right. My craft beer. I lost my train of thought there for a second. So, my craft beer for tonight, it is, we're going to give this a little top up. It is Life in the Clouds, and it is by the Collective Arts Brewing Company in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. I'll just give this a little top up here. There we go. Yeah, look at the, so, and I am trying this beer for the very first time today. All right, well, okay. So basically we got a spring beer here, an early spring beer. It goes down smoothly. There's a little, you can taste, there's a little bit of a sourness aftertaste to it. It's very, very light, not dark at all. Um, mm, mm, mm. So, like I said, I do give this a rating from 1 out of 10 later on in the blogcast. If you're still here and sticking around, you want to throw out a number, feel free to do so. So I'll just place this back here for now. All right. Wah, 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 wah. All right. So, anyways, let's see if I can share this some more. Group, let's see. All right. So, all right. Post there. All right. So, anyways, there we go. Okay. As we come to our classic album, Frampton Comes Alive. All right. Oh yeah, there he is right there, Peter Frampton. This is your classic legacy album. This came out January 6, 1976. Wow. Recorded live on June 17th, August 24th, and November 22nd of 1975 in San Francisco and Long Island Arena in New York, and sunny Plattsburgh and Plattsburgh, New York. The songs you've got like you have Doobie Wah, Show Me the Way, It's a Plain Shame, side 1 and side 2. Okay, so anyways, you have Something's Happening, Doobie Wah, Show Me the Way, It's a Plain Shame, side 2, All I Want to Be Is Your Slide, Winds of Change, Baby I Love Your Way, I Want to Go to the Sun, side 3, Penny for Your Thoughts, I'll Give You Money, Shine On, Jumpin' Jack Flash, side 4, Lines on My Face, Do You Feel Like We Do? And it's a double live album here. 2 records. There we go. That it opens up. There we go. So yeah, there's Frampton in action with the band. The band, Peter Frampton, of course, on lead vocal, lead guitar. The talk box. Bob Mays on rhythm guitar. Stanley Sheldon on bass guitar. John Simons on drums. Frampton Comes Alive was a smash breakthrough success for Peter Frampton. Frampton Comes Alive entered the charts at 191 and released the #1 spot on Billboard 200 on April 10th, 1976, spending 10 weeks at #1. Best-selling album in 1976, becomes one of the best-selling albums to date, selling over 11 million copies and more. Seriously, though, it seemed like this came in the mail. Like for everybody, everybody bought this album. 3 singles were released from Frampton Comes Alive: Baby I Love Your Way, Do You Feel Like We Do, Show Me the Way. All of which I posted on my blogcast page, my Facebook pages, by the way. And closing encore. I even got an 8-track of it. That's what fuck. I think I do have an 8-track of it. Fuck. But yeah, if you've A&M Records. So if you ever do see this album, pick it up. It's like a really good classic album. Frampton takes us all to school on guitar. The 8-track, the 8-track now goes for $8 on eBay and Amazon. So, of course, he did all the tour. He went to Canada, U.S., Europe, Japan, all over the world to tour for this. And it's like, baby, how you feeling? In my ear. All right. So, anyways, yeah, that is Frampton Comes Alive by Peter Frampton, our classic legacy album, released January 6, 1976, which makes it 50 years old, half a century old. Wow. So, all right. Oh, wait. Big Jims Blogcast Live coffee mug. Harmonica there. So, all right. It is Sunday, March 1st, 2026. We are probably 19 days away from spring. We are probably 7 days away from daylight savings time, where we get an extra hour of sunlight. I guess you move the clocks ahead here. Ooh, baby, I love your way. Any day, show me the way. All right, well, I tried to do a Peter Frampton medley there, but I did post all those songs and interview clips from Frampton Comes Alive and interviews with Peter Frampton on my blogcast page and my Facebook page. So it's a years and years. So if you notice, I posted 1978, 77, 75, 74, 73, 1980, 1981, 87, 88. So yeah, it's a years and years. It's like a Back to the Future theme. This for Big Jims Blogcast Live this year. So bam. All right. So anyways, yeah, and we've got our craft beer for tonight. Our craft beer, it is Hoya Montero Havana Cuban, accompanied by our a Crown Royal. All right. And our beer for tonight, it is Life in the Clouds. It is by the Collective Arts Brewing Company in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight. Yes. All right. So anyways, I do give it a rating from 1 out of 10 coming up. My thoughts on this beer. It's a good beer. There's a little bit of a soury aftertaste to it, but it's not that bad. I can see this as a spring beer. The closing months, a winter or spring beer. And it goes good. It would go good with salads. It would go good with like fish salad. Like I said, I'm going to give it a rating coming up. And if you want to throw out a number, feel free to do so, like many other people have done. See if I'm going to give it. Yeah. So, all right. All right. Bam. All right. Boom. All right. And I want to remind everybody tonight that this blogcast is not spam. The audio version will go out later on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all these audio listening platforms where you listen to your podcast to. Plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jims Blogcast Live at YouTube.com. I want to give shouts out to everybody watching in the Sarnia Port Elgin groups. Sarnia Rocks, Michelle, you guys rock, supporting Sarnia 2.0. All the pop culture, retro, classic, vintage, nostalgia, yesteryear groups. All the Peter Frampton, Brady Bunch, Robert Duvall groups, Dallas Cowboys groups, craft beer, cigars, sci-fi, Star Trek, Star Wars, pro wrestling, blog and vlog groups, classic TV and movies, birthdays, bongos. All right. So, as we get to my most favorite time in the blogcast, it is called This Week in Van Halen History, with all eras of the band. We've got so anyways, there we go. There's and yeah. All right, this covers from February 23rd to March 1st. February 23rd, 1993, Van Halen releases Live Right Here, Right Now, the live album. February 23rd, 1985, David Lee Roth's Crazy from the Heat debut on Billboard's album charts at number 24. February 23rd, 1984, Van Halen plays the Omni in Atlanta, Georgia. February 24th, 2020, David Lee Roth opens for Kiss at the XL Energy Emory Center in St. Paul, Minnesota. February 24th, 1970, Sammy Hagar and his wife Betsy give birth to their first son Aaron in San Bernardino, California. February 25th, 1978, Van Halen plays the Whiskey A Go-Go in Hollywood, California. February 25th, 2012, Van Halen's A Different Kind of Truth debuts, peaks at number 2 on the Billboard album chart. February 26, 1985, Van Halen is nominated for Best Rock Performer by Duo or a Group at the 27th Annual Grammy Awards. February 27, 1980, Van Halen attends the 22nd Annual Grammy Award after party hosted by William Warner Brothers Records at Chasen's Restaurant in Beverly Hills, California. February 28, 1987, Edward Van Halen appears on Saturday Night Live, jamming with the band in Studio 8H. Valerie Bertinelli is the host. There we go. All right. So there are... All right. February 28, 1992, Van Halen plays the Coliseum in Charlotte, North Carolina. February 28, 2004, David Lee Roth plays the Apollo Hammersmith in Carling, England. March 1st, 2004, David Lee Roth plays the Civic Hall in Wolverhampton, England. March 1st, 1985, David Lee Roth attends the opening of the 01 Gallery in Los Angeles, California. And that is it for this week in Van Halen history. All right. So, bam. All right. So, yeah, that's okay. And so, so, anyways, yes. Bongo solo there. Fuck. All right. So, anyways, yeah, this is Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 336, Sunday, March 1st, 2026. As I'm about to, like, our craft beer for tonight, I'm going to give it a rating. So, it's accompanied by, like, our Hoya Montera Habana Cuban cigar. And accompanying that is our Crown Royal. All right, so let's see. Let's check it out here. All right, so I'm going to give my final thoughts on this beer. All right, our beer for tonight is Life in the Clouds. It's a NEPA. It's by the Collective Arts Brewing Company in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Look at that. I'm going to give it a little top up here. All right, so, all right. Okay. There we go. Anyways. So, So, this is a good beer, okay? It's a winter spring beer. It goes good with fish, goes good with salad. There's not much. It's, well, as much as I can say, it's a good beer. It's just a little bit of a sour aftertaste to it, but it does go down smoothly. It's a winter spring beer. Goes good with salads, fish. Yeah, and I'm about to give it a rating here. And let's see. What do we got? No. All right. So, and I'm being kind when I say 6 out of 10. So, all right. All right. I give it a 6 out of 10 on like it. And where does that land us on our chart here? That lands us on. All right. So let's see. See that? Above average. Tastes pretty good, drinkable, but not else going on here. So that is our. That is the what I think of this beer for tonight. Collective Arts Brewing Company in Hamilton, Ontario. It's called Life in the Clouds, the Nepia. So, all right. So, yeah, 6 out of 10 for that. So, yeah, this is Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 336, Sunday, March 1st, 2026. So, anyways, if you guys, all right. So I've been like, all right. So as you know, I've got T-shirts. I've been like, everyone's been asking me like, how can I get a T-shirt? Pretty simple. If you want a T-shirt like mine, a baseball jersey with a logo on the front and the back, or a plain white T-shirt, or the T-shirt with like the classic logo on it, tank top or whatever, they are $35 shipping and handling included, 4 to 6 weeks for delivery. You send me you inbox me on my Blogcast page, Blogcast for e-transfer or money order, and I will send these out to you as soon as I can, 4 to 6 weeks for delivery. Like I said, there they are. There's the T-shirts. All right. So, bam. All right. And I'm going to give you an inspirational, motivational quote. The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. Unknown. Okay, I'll repeat that. The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. All right. And, yeah, so we've reached the end of our road. Thank you for ending your weekend with me. As mostly everybody has got to go back to work tomorrow. Okay. So anyways, yeah. All right, that's it for me. Big Jims Blogcast Live, episode 8.0, episode 336, Sunday, March 1st, 2026. We give a 6 out of 10 to Life in the Clouds by the Collective Arts Brewing Company in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Our birthday shout-outs: Lisa Jones, Mark Reynolds, Rhonda Lee Gibbons, Pete Lawson, Suzanne Lynn, Josh Ravenhorst, Marnie Inwood Lewis, Eric Grimstead, Lori Doherty, Scott Brown, Michelle Dennis, Jamie Lee Bray, Melissa Hilton, our Robert Duvall Salute, our THX 1138 movie, our Brady Bunch Variety Hour, classic tag teams, the Blue Bloods, the Rebellion Tower Guy, Scott Ankrom, classic Cowboy, our classic legacy Album-Frampton comes alive, Peter Frampton, this week in Van Halen history, our inspirational motivational quote: happiness in your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. A 10 gong salute to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. To all the Robert Duvall, Eric Dane, James Vanderbeek, Neil Sedaka, Catherine O'Hara. So, anyways, yeah. And once again, Big Jims Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version will be out later on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all these audio listening platforms. You see podcast too. Just my own YouTube channel, Big Jims Blogcast Live at YouTube.com. And you can certainly watching the Sarnia, Port Elvin groups. The show, you guys rock. All the like Van Halen, classic rock, hard rock, hair metal, Peter Frampton, Dallas Cowboys, Robert Duvall groups, Brady Bunch groups, craft beer, cigars, sci-fi, Star Trek, Star Wars, pro wrestling, blogs, pod, classic TV and movies, birthdays, bongos, Rubik's. You will not see me next weekend. You'll see me the following weekend after that. So take care, everybody. For Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 8.0, I'm Jim. So, anyways, cheers, everyone. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. Sunday night. All right. So, yeah. All right. That's it for me. And cheers, everyone. And I will see you the weekend after the weekend.